right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing? We on that grind to 100K, almost there. Anyways, we are talking Waka Flocka plan. We got a lot to get to here. Waka Flocka was doing an interview, and Jay-Z came up, all right? And Waka, I'm gonna just read what he said, and then we'll get back and we'll have some rebuttal soon about what he said, all right? So Waka said this. He said, all these old niggas that's popping like they legends, fuck it. I'm gonna go right at your juggler, cause y'all at my generation, nigga. I feel like I'm Jay, the Nas of my generation. Fuck it. I can't rap better, but my credibility in my generation is just as good as you was in your generation. But it's y'all job to keep us up. If we getting fucked by labels, y'all getting us fucked, all right? Because y'all was doing it before us. Just like we drinking Henny and putting money in our ears, y'all was doing that. Y'all had pistols in the videos and all that. Stop acting like niggas wasn't doing that. But it's y'all fault for not holding them labels down and signing us and keeping the black community happy. It's a way to be mad, though. Don't think I'm siding with nobody, all right? Let me break down a couple of things what Waka said, and we'll get to the main thing that he said, saying he feels like he's the Jay and Nas of his generation. I want to break down a couple of things that stood out to me. Yes, the other older generations were definitely putting the money to their ears and drinking Henny. I don't know why those guys and women act like it didn't take them time to grow up, because they were doing some wild, crazy shit. The pistols in the videos and all. Let's make that clear. I agree with Waka there. The labels part of it is a little interesting, because I can't necessarily come at a lot of these guys or a lot of the guys that came before in rap with the label situation, because they didn't have social media. So the amount of routes to promote your music and be your own brand and be independent or signed to labels with partnership deals, it just simply wasn't available. So I'm not gonna knock any older head for getting effed over by a label when a lot of these guys and women thought that was just the only way. So I'm not going to agree with Waka there, but I get what he was trying to say. Now, I would like to bring this comment up and put it to the forefront, because I think it's very valuable information. I am no expert on hip hop. I've been covering hip hop for about 1.5 years, and this is not my field of expertise. I'm a sports journalist. This field was just wide open. Let me make that clear. Now, when it comes to hip hop, I want people to understand. In my sports world that I come from, you want to have a basketball debate, football debate, I could simply tell you Tom Brady has 5 rings. I could simply tell you LeBron James has 4 rings. I could simply tell you Kevin Durant beat LeBron James in the finals last year. In hip hop, unless you want to play the numbers game about albums sold, there's really no other way to tell who's better than who, right? Like, I can't compare a verse from this rapper to that rapper and be like, yo, the bars in that one was better, because it's all subjective. Hip hop is subjective. Music is subjective. It depends on what you're feeling, what you've been through in your life experiences like that. There is no right or wrong answer with hip hop. I would love for people to understand that concept a little bit more. All right. So I just told you guys that to set it up. Pete Rock, a producer that a lot of people have told me is a legend. Again, if you're telling me he's a legend, I'm gonna take a lot of my old OG's words for it. I don't know if he was a legend or not. It was before my era. I've done a lot of research on a lot of guys, but dang, I can't keep up with everybody and understand how impactful their music was in different eras, especially a producer. So he commented on what Waka Flocka had to say, and he said, look, I'm gonna defend my older heads and tell you you're not equal. Be as disrespectful as you want. You're not doing what we did. Accomplish what we accomplished. Our generation didn't experiment with pills or syrup or anything synthetic. It's already written in history. Let's see how long you can last in the business doing what you're doing. You've been quiet until you started running your mouth about old school niggas. That's corny, bro. You make better music and spit like an MC. It's just all to it. Yeah, y'all different, but nothing of what Nas, KRS, Kane, Jay, or any official rapper has ever taught you. We saying something about your generation because you simply not making heart and soul music, young nigga. The old head rant is corny. Old heads are special, and I just think y'all can't do what we did. Now, I want to critique a little bit of what he said before we get into the main points of exactly what went on between Pete Rock and Waka. Let me make this clear. To Pete Rock, you said something about the older generations not messing with pills and syrup. Maybe it wasn't pills and syrup, But let's not act like y'all ain't mess with y'all share of drugs. I want that out in the open. Y'all mess with y'all share of y'all drugs. A lot of y'all legends from y'all era doped out, didn't become what they were supposed to be. We just didn't have journalists, social media catching a lot of it. Let's make this clear. And I hope, P-Rock, you want us to say there was a reason why a lot of your guys fell off the way y'all did. Because a lot of popping rappers in the 80s and 90s fell all the way off after a hit or two, one album or two. So I would hope you want to attribute that to drugs, because there's no other valid reason why so many of you guys fell off. All right, so I just want to make that clear as well. Now, some of this I thought, yo, he's really attacking Waka. He called him corny. Then he said salute Waka at the end of it. Like, yo, you can't tell me salute after you call me corny in the same context. So P-Rock had that to say. It got back to Waka. He obviously didn't like it. And Waka responded with this. He said, damn, P, this post was lame and uncalled for. I should slap the shit out of you. All right. So we have everything in context. Here's my opinions on all this. I'm going to take both sides of it so I don't feel like, either side don't feel like I'm taking sides with them, right? From P-Rock's perspective, I don't think Waka is the Jay of our generation. And I do believe it's disrespectful. Why? But simply because Jay's did a couple of things to put other artists in position. And I'm talking, you could tie, because think about it. Jay is one reason why Kanye's on. You could tie a lot of artists back to Kanye right now, right? You could tie a lot of artists to Jay outside of Kanye. You know what I mean? Jay has did so much and been a part of so many artists and just things that he had to go through to make artistry better. We're talking about just Hov right now, because that's who Waka compared himself to. I think it's unfair for any artist to compare themselves to Jay or say they got as much credibility. Where is where I would ask Waka. We need to stop using Jay-Z's name so loosely. Y'all have not did what Jay's done. There's a reason why he has so much respect. Now, Waka could be talking about the street credibility aspect of it. And yes, there are people who really respect Waka. But I don't run in any circle where people think Waka is on the same level as Jay. Jay's going to live long and past Waka Flocka's career. And there's no disrespect to Waka. I've interviewed Waka, met him a few times. Really, really, really good dude. But when we're talking about Jay, yo, this dude has signed big artists. He's been a part of big deals that help artists get more freedom. He's got a music platform to compete with Apple Music. Yeah, I don't know what circles you're running in with, but I don't know anybody who's telling me they got as much respect for Waka as they do Jay-Z. And that's no bash to Waka. I'm just telling the truth. I don't know what Waka was thinking when he said that. Waka, you got to sell a couple more projects, a couple more albums. Your hits, these are street club hits. You do realize Jay has platinum, 4 times platinum albums worth of hits, right? You do realize that. I'm just making sure, because that was kind of ludicrous to me. And I do see why that could offend somebody like P-Rock, who came up through this culture. He came up with the Jays, the Nas of the world. Like, yo, you think you Nas? You think you Jay? Yo, no, you can't not be serious, my brother. You don't have the resume. Now, let me take Waka's side with this. You got guys like P-Rock who are completely stuck on the Migos, the Futures of the world. I'm not knocking Migos or Future or any of these new artists like the Lil Uzi Verts. You got all these guys who are so stuck on the music that they're making. They're missing out on some of the great projects that are coming from our era. We don't have music that means something. Oh, you must have forgot about Kendrick Lamar. He's kind of close to our generation. J. Cole, he's kind of close to our generation. They're not making impactful music, and it goes much deeper than just those two. Big Crit, I think, is somebody that's making a lot of dope music. There are plenty of artists who have meaning in their music. Nick Grant, I can't believe I brought him up in this conversation. He's making meaningful music, right? There are so many artists out there with messages in their projects. To me, it's like, yo, I be feeling like the old heads be just kind of telling half the truth, as if everything your generation said was just the most black power shit. No, a lot of rappers from the 80s and 90s was on the bullshit, Pac and Biggs included. I don't know why we want to think Pac and Biggie was preaching gospel music all of a sudden. Yo, they got some BS in their music too. All of them do. Jay, Nas, all of them do. So again, I get it. Overall, there are a lot of new school rappers who making a lot of money off stupidity, right? I'm with you 100%. But for Pete Rock to make it seem like there are no artists with impactful projects or making noise in this era, no, there might not be another Jay-Z out of our era, but there'll be somebody as big as Nas. Yeah, we'll have another Nas in our generation, most definitely. Kendrick is well on his way. J. Cole is well on his way. J. Cole and Kendrick, when the numbers are all said and done, they're going to have bigger numbers than Nas. They're going to be more impactful than Nas and other guys. I'm just telling the truth. Like, let's call a spade a spade. I see both sides of the fence and why both of these guys are upset. But, yo, I just think we're all seeing it from a one-sided perspective because we want to take up for our generation too much. Waka is nowhere close to Jay-Z. He needs to get that out of his mind. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about with that. But also at the same time, Pete Rock, I don't get you calling out our generation, making it seem like there's no good music come out of it, because that's just simply not true. Have you listened to Good Kid, Mad City? Have you listened to Kendrick Lamar's latest project, Damn? I'm just trying to make sure, because there's definitely a lot of music coming out that's going to be in my car for 10 to 20 years from now. All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, what do you guys think about this entire conversation? Pete Rock and Waka have a bit of an exchange. It came from an interview that Waka did. I'm not going to lie, bro. It seemed like Waka might want to see Pete Rock in these streets, bro. Talk to me in the comment box below. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. Good conversation, nevertheless. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.